Hey y'all, welcome to today's video. I have just got to show y'all a Mother's Day present to me. It's a GreenStalk Garden Tier planter. Let's go in my living room and I will talk to y'all about this, unbox this for y'all, let y'all see what this is and how it's gonna work. I have been seeing these for a few years now and seeing how they work, seeing how they're put together. I follow a few other YouTube channels and I've been watching these for a few years now, and I'm like, you know what? I think it's finally time. Since we've decided not to grow a garden this year and totally change our garden, I was like, this is probably the perfect time to try this. And it's a trial and error, but I know it's going to work. This is a GreenStalk vertical self-watering planter. Now you can get this in the amount of tiers that you want. That means those things right there that holds 6 pockets, and you can either build it 5 tiers high, and I think they may have a 7-tier high. But y'all, I'm like 5'2", and I can't do the 7-tier. It would be a little too tall for me. So I'm unboxing it now, and I'm going to show y'all mockingly in my living room how this is going to be put together. And thanks to dear hubby, credit goes to him for running my camera for me on my phone. And he's helping me out. And I'm just going to show y'all inside just for a quick little glimpse how this is supposed to go together. But in a little bit, we'll move outside and I will show you how to completely set this up. The GreenStalk Garden Vertical Planter is designed for people who, excuse me, y'all, maybe can't grow a garden. Let's say HOA, housing development, subdivisions. Okay. And you can't just go out there and till up your yard because somebody's going to tell the HOA lady. And then the next thing you know, 5 minutes later, she's going to be knocking on your door. Excuse me. According to article, blah, blah, okay. Some of y'all may live in HOAs. Or people who live like in apartment complexes, studios. Yeah, I mean, y'all, some people are using these things in New York, suburbs where you can't grow a garden outside, but yet you still have a green thumb and you want to grow something. Okay. People are putting these on 2-story, 3-story, 16-foot story building balconies. Okay. They're also designed for maybe older people that can't get out and work in a garden, all the labor and intensity that a garden, the maintenance in a garden, but yet, y'all, they still want to garden. I should have got my mother-in-law some of these when she was still living. Now, this is just mockingly get it together. You have your tiers. The things I'm holding, the gray things I'm holding in my hand are water trays. And then you have the top, which is the water reservoir. Now, this is the 5-tier. And you see how tall it is on me. This came in the little box as a little extra gift. I love it. There's stickers that comes in the box to decorate your tiers with. But I'm going to show you outside now. A few days later, granddaughter wanted to help and she's like, don't do this without me. So I had to wait till they were coming back and she wanted to help me. Plus I needed a few bags of pot and soil. I will tell you that you will need your seeds or your plants and a bag of good fertilized potting soil. Okay. So we made a little trip to Lowe's and got a few bags and here we are. So we're setting everything out, looking, organizing it like I need. She put one right up under my feet, but I had to move it so I could walk. She didn't know I needed that space right there. But y'all, people are using these vertical planters to help make them feel more self-sustainable and use them in places that you can't grow a garden in the ground. And like I said, I should have got my mother-in-law a couple of these. Bless her heart, she was still trying to hoe a garden at 80 something years old, and we were so worried about her. And I never once thought about these. We did buy her an AeroGarden though. If you've heard me talk anything about my AeroGardens, it's a hydroponics tabletop growing system. And she used that for things like lettuces and stuff like that she could clip and come again, clip again, and things like that. But this would have benefited her so much. And I feel bad that we didn't get her a couple of these. She would have enjoyed these and still enjoyed growing something else and still be outside. Now you can put these inside, back in a corner somewhere, or a sunshiny green room or a window, something like that. People are putting these on outside balconies, porches, decks. I'm going to be later moving this one because right now where I'm building this, it is a unlevel spot, and I didn't notice that until I'd already got it all put together. Now, on your tubs, your tiers, it will show you where to stop your soil. And you avoid getting soil down in that hole. And because that's where your water trays are going to go. So you fill the bottom tier with soil up to the line. And when you put the water trays in there, you want those water holes lining straight across with the center of each pocket. Now, the to-do video on the GreenStalk website does not tell you this. I got that from another video and another friend. You want those holes to be right in the center of the pocket so it will water evenly, and you'll see later what I'm talking about. But when you get that one filled, then you put your water tray on top of that hole, and it fits down on there and sits on top of your soil. Then you're going to put your next tier on, and you want to make sure those wedges click down in there, and you'll get a better view of that in just a second. But see, as I'm putting it together, I'm making sure each wedge lines up and it's going to pop down in there. So I'm going to be building the second tier, and we're going to do the same thing with that tier as we did the first one. Granddaughter's going to help me fill this one, and we're just going to keep filling with pot and soil up to that line. She wants to take over now. We got 2 tiers done. She's going to work on one, and she's just happy to do this. And until I think she got called away, Dad was like, it's time to go. So she had to leave. So I think we continued the next day. I promised her I wouldn't do any more until she came back, and that's exactly what I did. So you'll see a change of clothes for her in a little bit because it'll be the next day. But these green stalks come in different colors. These were Mother's Day colors. They had this color right here and a yellow one. And oh my gosh, a pretty green one, a neon one. Yeah. But eventually we got all this put together. Now you see what I'm talking about, those wedges? You want to make sure every tier and that water pot on top is exactly popping in there and setting in there straight, just like that. And you want to kind of push down on it. This is your water reservoir on top. I will demonstrate in a minute how putting the water in there. I moved it. Here it all is. We got all the tiers filled with pot and soil, and we are going to start. See, where I had to put it in a more level spot, I had to get it out of that other spot. So dear hubby had to help me take this thing apart, move all the tiers over, and stack them back up the next day. Now the next day, I'm going to start putting my seeds in. Now there's two ways you can do this. On your tiers, you have big pockets. Now, as you're building your tiers and stacking them on top of each other, you can do one of two things. You can go ahead and put plants in the pockets before you stack them on top of each other. You can also spread your seeds around as you're doing them one at a time before you stack them on top of each other. However, I got to thinking, okay, what if I get some pretty flowers all in this thing and I get ready to stack this thing? I'm either going to smush some flowers, or when I'm planting the seeds, I'm going to spread seeds too far out and not exactly in the pockets. And I'm going to wind up having seeds trying to come up under the pockets, up under the tier, the bottom of each tier, if that makes any sense. So I decided to do it this way. I stacked it all up. Now I'm going to put my seeds in. The top tier, I did lettuces, and kale. And I think I'm trying to start some spinach. I do not know why spinach does not like me, but I cannot hardly grow it to save my life. But we're going to try in this. Then the second tier, I'm doing 3 pockets of radishes and 3 pockets of carrots. Y'all, there is not really a limit to what you can grow in this. Now, I wouldn't try things like pumpkins and watermelons. Heavy things. But they also have some accessories to go along with your garden planter. They have, a trellis that clips to the tier, and it helps stalk and tie up plants for better support. Little cage trellises that sticks down into the pockets. You can go to their website and you can find all these accessories. They have the rolling bottom to where you can set your whole tower on and roll it around. Like if you want it inside and you need to roll it from window to window, depending on where the sun is going down or up in your house. Rolling on a deck, rolling on a balcony, taking it in during the winter time and rolling it easier, transitioning. They have all kinds of accessories. I'm going to go back and try to order the cover to the water reservoir. I didn't know that came separately, but that's fine. So I'm doing lettuces and salad stuff on the top tier. The second tier, I'm doing 3 pockets of radishes, 3 pockets of carrots. The next 2 tiers is going to be for each granddaughter. In the last video where you saw granddaughters have projects and they were planting their little seeds in their AeroGardens, well, they've got plants in here now that I'm fixing to let them plant in a tier of their own. They have 5 herbs, and they'll have an extra pocket. They can plant something else if they want to. I did radishes and carrots in the second tier. The third and fourth tier is for them. The bottom tier, oh my gosh. Oh yeah, I'm trying some different things. I'm trying some Swiss chard. Oh my gosh, y'all, I forgot what I planted in mine in the last tier. Anyway, I am trying this out. I'm going to see how much more this is helping me. I do have some herbs I'm going to be adding to this GreenStalk. And y'all, I may wind up getting me another one just specifically for herbs. And y'all, I love just growing stuff. Okay. So now what I'm doing is I'm filling up the water reservoir, and it tells you to fill up the GreenStalk and make sure the water is draining down into each water tray and dripping freely down into the cells of each tier and running. You want water to eventually come out the bottom tier of the GreenStalk. That lets you know that the water reservoir is full, all the trays are full, and it will be slowly watering each tier and each cell. Self-watering. Y'all, you cannot get more simpler than this. So I'm making sure I'm listening for it, and I'm listening for it to drip down into each. That's why you don't want dirt to get down inside the holes of those cones. You need that room for your water to drip freely down. Now, depending on how many times and how often you need to add water to this, just depends on your area, the humidity, how quickly your soil soaks up. But y'all, I could not be happier with this, and I'm not an affiliate yet. They do not have an affiliate program right now at the moment, but I can give y'all, I did ask for a discount code where you can get $10 off your first order. And as of this video, they are on sale right now for the 250th birthday of the United States of America. Woo! And they've got red, white, and blue colors, and they're on sale right now, plus the $10 off. But y'all, I am in their referral program and points reward system. So if you do use my discount code 4DFarms10, you'll get that $10 discount on your order, and I get points so I can be buying me something else. And hey, y'all, it might be the start of getting me another one of these. I will link the website, my referral link, and the discount code in the description box below this video. Y'all, if you've got a green thumb, but you can't grow a garden outside because of restrictions, health abilities, or rules and regulations, or where you live, one of these just might be an answer to your prayer, along with a hydroponics system. I will put my hydroponics systems down in the description box below. Y'all, they're in my Amazon store on my gardening essentials list, and you can find AeroGarden in my Amazon store. It's always linked down below. This is a few days later, maybe I think like a week or two later. Y'all already see what I got coming up? Y'all, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope I've gave you an idea to become more self-sufficient and something that's easy for you. And all the information will be listed below. And as always, if you like our content, like, share, subscribe, and be a member of or a follower of our channel. Share our videos. More content is coming. I'm taking a basil cell out of my AeroGarden, putting it in there. Y'all, I hope you enjoy our content, and thanks for watching.